The new filter base came in the mail today. Dave's gonna go try not to break it now.
Yeah, we'll see.
You got it back on there already?
Nope.
You think maybe the fates were telling us that we needed to replace that anyway?
Maybe. I don't believe fate.
Putting this filter and the filter base and the hoses and everything on there, it seems like that should be a relatively easy task. But you would, if you're not used to working on stuff like this and you don't really know or have any clue, it's never as easy as it seems like it should be when you're thinking about it as when you come and actually start to execute it. Always there's some sort of issues. It's hard to get to, it's covered with something that makes it hard to grab onto, it's in a position where it's awkward to work on. Just all these little things add up and turn what you think, it's just a simple task, it won't take very much, whatever, effort. Just screw that right back on there. Thing is, it never goes that smoothly. One last hose. This is the reservoir for the hydraulic oil, and we don't have the new filters in it yet. Dave just brought them over here. I'm going to put them in.
Open. Looks like for a new fluid. That one's not open. Alright, you must have just taken a little low. Here we go.
Get over here, Mr. Flying Insect. Go on, go away. How much have you put in there so far?
2 gallons. We drained out almost 5. We have 4 gallons to put in. I'm sure that'll be enough to run.
Here we go. Moment of truth. Cranking it back up again. All these times we do this. Starts right up. Where's it leaking out of?
The fittings leaking. Both fittings on the power steering line, the new ones, are leaking. And I know I got them tight enough. They're both plenty tight, so either they're the wrong fitting or a bad fitting. So we'll have to take it from there. There's a possibility you can buy fittings that you can, instead of crimping on, you can, it's like a screw together fit. It's got 2 pieces and you screw it together. They're a little bulkier, but in both places I think they'll fit. So instead of pulling that whole hose off, we'll just see if we can find those kinds of fittings and replace them. We'll probably call the place that we got these from and see if he knows what possibly could be the problem, so they don't buy the wrong fittings again. But I mean, can't quit now, you know.
Are you discouraged?
A little, but what can you do? I want to heat it up enough so we can make sure none of the other lines are leaking. before we go and pull all the fluid out and fix these ends and put it back together and find out another plant is leaking. I don't think I can get any hotter than this. Just idling it and revving it up. As high as it goes, 175 or so.
Horn works.
Yeah.
The fact that the pressure side, the line, is leaking at both ends where they have the clamped on fittings is discouraging, to say the least. As Dave explained, there could be a couple of reasons that is happening. We're not totally sure yet if we will have to pull the hose back out again, and after Dave went underneath there and secured everything with the zip ties and stuff. Of course, that's not going to be something that we want to do unless we absolutely have to. Anyway, so I guess we're going to be digging around and doing a little bit of research and trying to figure out what our next move is going to be. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing ever. It's just that with us and the fact that, especially these things where we have to crawl underneath the RV, Dave's got to do a lot of that kind of bending over and crawling into places. It's real difficult for him, and he can't, not really been possible for him to work one straight segment. You know, yeah, he crawls around underneath there one day, he's usually laid up the next day and even maybe the next day for a couple of days before we even are able, based on his condition, to get back to it. So we're not, you know, we're not looking forward to having to do all that again. We'll see. We'll keep y'all posted. Of course, we will update and let you know what we find out.
This bucket will never be clean enough to do what we want to do with it.
Okay, well, I guess we're not using that one. We called the hydraulic shop where we got the hoses made, where we bought them, and described the problem that occurred, and the guy who owns the shop said that it sounds like the crimps on the ends aren't good, that sometimes happens apparently. Not too happy about that, but what can we do? So our dream of not having to take the hose back out of there was crushed, and we are going to have to drain, well, either way we're going to have to drain all the fluid or back out, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to drain the fluid back out, and then we have to get the line back out of there. Fortunately, we just have to, I guess, remove the one. So that's the bright side of things. Any comments, Dave?
No, not really.
Nothing that you want to say on the internet that's not at least PG-13?
Mm.
Tough, come here. Come here. Can't come any closer than that. Come here. Come here. Close enough for me to touch you. Yeah. I'm sure you're being quiet. I'm sure you're being quiet. Blow it out.
Cut it all loose, loosen it up, blow it out, and then see if we can get it out of there.
Hi, Tough. deal with when you work on machinery and equipment. I'm not unfamiliar with that myself. Dave's certainly not. I grew up, my dad, he had all sorts of equipment and stuff. That's how he made his living, and I was around that and helping him do things on his trucks and stuff that had extensive hydraulic systems. So certainly wish it would have went better. I guess it's just bad luck. And the guy crimps our hoses and their crimper isn't set right or isn't working right. Here is the hose.
Again.
Yeah, it's the same hose. We had gotten enough extra whenever we initially got it, so that just in case. Well, I guess it's a good thing we did, because we took it back and they cut the ends off that were on there, the ones that were leaking. They put new ends on, and they tested this at the shop. Apparently, we didn't see them test it, but they took it back in the back and said they had a machine where they could pressurize it to check the ends to make sure that they weren't leaking. They told us it tested good, so we are going to once again run this through the center of the chassis. Hopefully get it back in there again. We got the hose through the difficult section, and now we're just going to feed it the rest of the way through, hopefully.
What a pain in the butt, huh?
No, this is great fun. I hope this is the last time that I ever pull this line through here.
It is the last time, because if it doesn't go through the next time, I'm burning this thing to the ground.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell the insurance company.
Something is biting me. We have run the high pressure steering hydraulic line back through the undercarriage, the center of the blah blah blah. The high pressure steering line is back once again through the chassis, the center of the chassis of the RV. It's getting hot out here, and Dave is just about to the end of his ability, his time, to be crawling around underneath this thing. So we're going to stop for now and then come back, I don't know, probably, what do you think, tomorrow probably? Okay, well, I didn't know. Dave's hoping that this evening, when it cools off again, after he's had time to rest his back, we can come out here and reconnect everything, after which I imagine we will be cranking it back up again, and hopefully this time there are no leaks. With that said, I'm going to end this video here, kind of leave y'all with a cliffhanger, so you will have to tune in to the next video in regards to the RV work to find out if everything was copacetic with the reinstall with the new crimped ends on the hydraulic line.